Julians, I'm at the Jacaranda Hotel where the Cereal Growers Association is actually gathered here. They have some key issues about the importation of maize, about the impact of the current drought, which is looming in the country, on the availability of maize in the country. So as you know, in July this year, there is expected to be a duty-free import of maize in the country. And the Cereal Growers Association is protesting against this because it says there is already enough maize in the market, and they are wondering, when this happens, what happens to the people who are already producing maize? What happens to the people who already have maize who have already stored maize? So I'm joined by the Cereal Growers Association chairman, who's just going to be telling us what to expect from this meeting, which is yet to start, which is actually going to be starting in a few minutes. So Mr. Kruger, you can just start by telling us, what do we expect from today's meeting?
Our objective as an organization is for the well-being of the farmer. And recent events have led us into a lot of confusion. It started off as that the president creating the maize task force. Work has been completed on that, and we're awaiting the final outcome from the recommendations from the maize task force. The Cereal Growers Association was represented on the task force, but you know, every day there seems to be new obstacles in the system. There are farmers that have been waiting 17 months now for payment for 2017 crops. That is still the basis of the problem we're facing. By the government's own admittance of a crop in 2018 of 46 million bags. Beginning of the month, it was clarified that 20 million bags, or 26 million bags had actually been used. So it means that there's 20 million bags, or thereabouts, still available in the country. Now, 20 million bags will take the usage per monthly usage of maize and milling to July, by which time the South Strip farmers are actually starting to harvest the 2019 season. So we're all a little bit confused. Why, when the country's own harvest is starting, should we suddenly allow importation of maize on a duty-free basis? Somewhere along the line, there's a broken chain or a link in the chain.
So in a nutshell, give me just 3 key things that are going to be discussed in today's meeting.
Well, certainly the maize stability, the drought conditions, although I'm still not convinced it's drought. We've had our normal very dry season. It is not unusual, but I think we're more reactive to propaganda and social media reports, and everybody goes into orbit when that happens. So there's still room for getting the data right. There's a big call for data collection, making sure we've got the right data before making statements that are actually detrimental to the whole industry. How long can the farmer actually sustain this is a very tough one.
Okay. So Julians, as you can see, more and more people, more and more farmers are streaming in. We're going to be following up on this. It's going to be a very good discussion, and then we are going to be able to report more in subsequent bulletins. Back to you, Julians.